Thanks for joining us for the Member xCite presentation. The Member xCite presentation is informative, interesting to the audience, and showcases the strengths of the presenter as an entrepreneur and their area of expertise. It's not a sales pitch, it's a 10-minute educational and insightful exploration into what they do. And of course, it's exciting.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our xCite presenter today, Sandor from Inspiring Business, to present to us on Making Better Decisions. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Sandor.
So we all make decisions every day. Some of those decisions are massive decisions, some of them are small. Like you had to make a decision today about what breakfast you were going to have and what type of coffee. That's not what I'm talking about today. What I'm talking about is those decisions that you make that are critical and almost irreversible in your business. So these are big decisions that you might want to take some time over. As Scott said, mistakes are only. I own this. I said this to someone once, and they said, "Who said that?" And I go,
Me.
Me. I just did. So I own it. Mistakes are only decisions that are made with not enough information. The more information you have, that you make a different decision. Not always better, right? And I hear the statement often. It says that don't make mistakes more than once, right? Who here has made the same mistake more than once?
Oh yeah.
More than twice?
Yeah,
more than 3 times?
probably.
We continually.
I have 4 ex-husbands. That's true.
I've had 2 wives. It's really tough, right? This is really, really difficult to make really good decisions. So hopefully what I'm looking at doing is giving you some information on how to make better decisions. So I'm looking at reframing. Now what I'm going to share with you today, you already know. Right? This is not, I'm not going to come up with some fantastic system. It's basically saying what we already know, but putting it in a framework that might give you some assistance to going through that decision-making process. A lot of times people come up with processes and they say, you need to do it this way because it's working for me. Well, your style and my style might be very different. So you need to overlay your style over every decision that you make. You might be a risk taker. I'm not. I've built my career around helping entrepreneurs be successful by being the handbrake in the partnership. So that they're making bold, risky decisions, and my personality is not like that. I'll pull the trigger when it's right, but I'm not going to pull the trigger without enough information. And there's an opportunity cost to both of those. But if you don't pull the trigger quick enough, you miss the opportunity. If you pull it too quick, you deal with the consequence. So it's finding that balance. I hope that you have one aha moment. That's my goal. So this presentation takes about 30 minutes in total. Right? So I'm only going to deal with the first part of the presentation, which is the situational awareness part. The other 2 sections are on my website. So there's a video of this presentation. I'll give you the link to that website, and you'll be able to see the rest of the presentation itself. But the importance of urgency is, if you've heard the Eisenhower model of importance of urgency, so things are important and urgent, so they're tactical, you need to deal with it straight away, or they're important but not urgent, so they're strategic. The not important and not urgent things are the things you say no to or you delegate. So, situational awareness. So, let me give you an example. When I first came back from Papua New Guinea, after being chased down the 8th hole by some rascals playing golf, they didn't catch me, by the way. We were throwing golf balls at them and golf clubs and all sorts of stuff. They don't have bush knives, so we don't do that. When I came back, I was given the advice that you need to expand your network, but my network is in Papua New Guinea. And you need a website. Yeah, right. Why do I need a website? For authority. Had I built a website before? No. Did I really need a website? Really? Did I need to spend $5,000 on a website? Really? Not sure. So what I did was I started to think about what my situation was. Now, had I had any experience around having a website? No. I knew that I had one, but I just had no experience around it. So that model is what So what I needed to be in this decision-making process is I needed to be inquisitive. I needed to ask questions around why is it that I wanted to have a website, what sort of website should I have, who might be able to help me with that website. And I had some advice, and the advice was, yeah, we can do it for you for $2,500. And I said, well, thank you very much. All I need is the landing page. My daughter and I put a WordPress Elementor website together. She got on to knowing about WordPress. After about 3 weeks, she knew all about WordPress and we're up and running. That's all I needed. Because I didn't have a product to sell. I didn't know I didn't know the problem that I was going to solve. So I was still developing it. I had some content, we put it up on the website. So be inquisitive when you don't have awareness, or you have very little awareness and you have very little experience in making the decision, then ask lots of questions. You might be in a situation where you have now more awareness and you have a little bit of experience. What you're trying to do here is be more informed. So you ask a lot of questions. Now you know what you don't know. Here you don't know what you don't know. Here you know what you don't know. So now you're looking about being educated in what's around the decision. Really with you so far? I've got blank looks.
Yeah.
Interested.
All concentrated.
Yeah, engaged. Good. So when you get to this informed situation, the next layer, if you like, is being intuitive. So that would be, you have a lot of awareness around it, and in your business, there would be things that would, the problems that turn up in your business on a daily basis, where you have a lot of awareness around it, and you've got a lot of experience. So when you are making decisions around that, it's almost like it's intuitive. You don't really have to think too much about it, right? You've done it before. You've had a lot of experience. Scott, when you were talking about, the helping Mary, right? So, Mary, what's your problem? Yeah, I can fix it for you, right? I know what to do. That's this intuitive part. So the decision making is a lot less fragile for you, and the time that you need to take to make that decision is relatively shorter because you already are comfortable around it. So there's a lot of confidence around this. Around here, your awareness is low and you should be cautious in this area. When we get up to here, we're talking about being intuitive. Sorry, instinctive. And that's where you're the expert. The decision that you make is, you've got a lot of awareness around it, you've got a lot of experience. The decisions that you make, when someone comes to you as the expert and they say, sure, what should we do in this situation? You go, this, and this. I'm a host of a podcast, it's called the Inspiring Business Podcast. I interviewed a fellow by the name of Brett Martin. He's a Zoho expert in the US, and he was talking about how his experience, he knows that when he goes and speaks to a customer that there are only 20 different sales funnels ever. Right? There might be 21, 22, but because of his experience, he knows that that he can solve the problem. Why? Because he's had a lot of awareness and a lot of experience in that particular area. So going back to my website example, here we didn't have, we've got a landing page and a couple of bits and pieces. When I knew what I needed, when I knew what the problem was that I was solving in terms of my client base, I knew that I needed to expand or improve my website for it to be professional looking from the outside in, right? Perception is everything. It was at this point in time that I had enough knowledge to engage a web developer who then went in and improved it, right? I'm no longer at that do-it-yourself stage. But I knew enough questions to ask at this point in time to make sure that what we got was right. Now, I made some mistakes in there. I didn't ask enough questions. So the next time I go about building a website, right, I'll have a lot more experience. I won't bother going through the rest of this because we're out of time. But here is a traffic light simulator. So when you're at that low awareness, low experience, be cautious. So you're unsure. The more knowledge you get, you have some knowledge, and you're testing the hypothesis, you're testing the theories. Here it's about experimenting, making little decisions that don't impact upon doesn't have a great impact on the business. The little mistakes. Mistakes are only decisions that we make with not enough. The more knowledge and experience and awareness that you have, confidence, and you can make quicker decisions. And obviously, at the last stage, you're the expert. You've done it all before, and you're able to provide and contribute as a specialist in that area. Awesome.
Don't stop you there, Steve. I know you're excited.
No, I'm just saying there's the. I want to hear all that. I got the message. That's the website. That's the link. There's a video on there on the whole